welcome back to my wonderful conversations with Maddie King. She has been working with the Chinese five elements for years and years and years, and so brings a really wonderful, broad understanding about how the five elements work in our world. This video is going to be about the spring and therefore about the quality of wood. Now, obviously, in astrology, we don't have the wood element, but what I love about working with different traditions is it just deepens our understanding of how we're made up as a human being and how these elements just impact us and help us to understand and connect better with nature and the outside world. So Maddie, and I'm once going to say the cosmos because I love the cosmos. So Maddie, welcome back. So just before we started recording, you were talking about how we were talking about the elements and the astrology and the Chinese five elements, and you were saying something really wonderful about how the traditions have been, that they've been developed through observation. So I just wondered if you wanted to say some more about it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I call it a philosophy more than anything else of the traditional five elements in the East. And, it just didn't suddenly, oh, that's a good idea, I'll do that, I'll do that. It came around from generations observing the seasons, the natural rhythms, and then the natural traits of people that were associated with those. And that's what I love. It's got very, very, very deep roots in observation, curiosity and observation. And I think that's in common with astrology, because people have sat under the stars for generations thinking, I wonder what that is. From that curiosity and from that observation have come two wonderful, wonderful models, if you want, astrology and the Chinese five elements. And, they're similar, but they're different, but if you have a knowledge of both, then it really gives you some clues to your life lessons, your strengths and weaknesses. So, for example, I am a metal element predominantly. We're one that we all carry all five elements, but my predominant is a metal. I'm also a Virgo. So this it really quite. I'm really good at lists. But it's given me an understanding of myself and what my physical strengths are, what my emotional strengths are, and my challenges, and then of my partnerships in life, whether it's with my dog, my boss, my mother, my father, my child, whatever, So I find it very exciting how we've evolved, Sue. Really exciting.
So if you were to describe a predominantly wood person, how would you describe them?
Okay. I hate getting political here. Okay.
Fair enough.
Think of Margaret Thatcher.
Ooh.
Okay. Or any leader that has had a vision and can turn that vision into reality. They see the possibilities, they set goals, they strategically plan, love them or like them. They're the ones that get things done. So that's, if you think of, let's come away from politics to publishing. If you imagine a writer, a wonderful creative writer, that would be water. And we talked about that before, that creativity and vision. But often it sort of stops there, their creativity. But if they work with a publisher, publishers are very often, they have a strong wood element, so they can take that vision and that creativity and turn it into a reality. They take that.
So in astrology, that sounds to me like a Capricorn. They're almost like the CEOs. Yes. They got that vision.
Yes.
And in fact, in numerology, they would be kind of like a number 8, the natural leader, or
Absolutely.
the creator, the person with the vision and the placard. Yes. And I'm going to do this. I'm going out to do this.
Any leader, and absolutely, anyone who says, I'm not just talking about it, I'm going to go and do it. you know, and it's the same for all of us. You know, if you have a job to do, you have a vision, sometimes, even if you're not a natural wood, you can think, I'm going to pull on my wood energy. Okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to, you know, we all need that occasionally, you know, so yeah.
Interesting. So you're saying that wood is a spring energy. So can you tell us more about that and what to look out for and how to really attune to this wonderful energy of let's get things done? Very
Well,
Aries that is as well, by the way,
yeah, it
going out
is,
there
isn't
and doing it.
it? It's yes, so if you think of winter, everything's going on under the surface. Boom, 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 boom. All those little visions, you know, everything going on under the surface. Spring comes, which is wood time, and everything bursts forth, full of possibilities, new growth, strength coming, you know, and that's basically what wood is, that power and that energy to bring things to life, exactly as spring is. It is also the season or rhythm or element of hope, you know, hope's
Oh,
bringing
we need
forth.
that.
And it's very important at this time. And actually, shall I just share you one little thing, which is really
Yes.
that you can
Yes.
all do now, okay, as we're talking about hope,
Mm.
is rub your hands together and shake them off. Bring your right hand, don't think about it too much, just bring it across your shoulder. You're actually getting lung 1 here, the first point on the lung meridian. Come underneath your breast, like that. You're getting liver 14. Now, why is that important? Because wood element features liver and gallbladder as their meridian energies. Okay, and excuse me, liver is very much to do with inwardly directed anger and forgiveness, and gallbladder is very outwardly directed. Lots of outward gallbladder energy at the moment in the world. Okay, but when you hold these 2 points, we'll do it just for a few seconds in a minute. It's called the gate of hope. And go to bed like this and just think something like, you know, it's now safe for me to, we were talking before, to surf the times, surf the waters of the times. You know, it's now safe for me to be flexible in this world. It's now safe for me to forgive myself, whatever you feel like. But think of safety and calmness and hope.
Yes. Gosh, we need that, Maddie.
We really need it. So everyone tonight,
Yes, go to bed
go
like
to bed holding this, okay? And fall asleep like this. But a little smile will come to your face. There will be a calmness. And suddenly we can step off that merry-go-round of, excuse me, anxiety and fear and see some hope. And that's
yeah.
what gives us strength.
Well, you know what? I think it's so crazy now. I know we've been, or a lot of us have been expecting the mad times,
Mm.
obviously, because they've been foretold for so long. But it's quite something to witness them happening, and it's how to remove yourself from the fear-driven media headlines of craziness, and be aware that yes, there is definitely total chaos in the world right now. But how can you work with this sense of holding hope?
It's
And I think
holding
that's a
hope and
beautiful thing to do.
mm.
Beautiful.
No, this is I love this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't listen to the news too much now because it's also, oh my gosh, I don't know what to believe anyway, you know. And
Exactly.
it's all this sort of, and there's so much anger around, and that's a wood out of balance. So if you take, for example, Sue, the strengths of wood are this resilience, this leadership and everything. The challenges are rigidity, excessive ambition, and inability to adapt, and feeling stuck and angry and frustrated. And there's a lot of that collectively. And just doing this and thinking, I'm being flexible, I'm letting go of all of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Breathe it out. You know, take advantage of a tree. You know, if you
Yeah.
do live in the countryside,
Yeah.
get out and just touch a tree and just say, it's now safe for me to take on this energy and the flexibility and the rooted and the groundedness of this tree. It's just an antidote, really, to the wood energy that is very out of balance at the moment.
And it's really interesting when you're talking about wood because um, I have quite a lot of wood in my house because I love living amongst wood shelves, wood furniture, pine, whatever it is, kitchen workshops,
Yeah.
worktops are all wood. And I always feel comforted living with wood. So it could be a wonderful opportunity to nip down to the local charity shop or wherever you are to find a wood chair or something in wood that you can just will be there to remind you of hope
Yes.
and flexibility, as you say, and how we can just stay grounded with the chaos that's happening around us.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think any way that you can find to connect to wood, whether it's out in nature or it's a beautiful wooden, I won't get up now, but I've got a wooden heart,
Oh,
which
please
a,
show it
which
to
a
us.
student
Is it
once
is it, is
carved
it
for
in
me.
is it in grabbing distance?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Oh, we need to see that.
Okay, so I have this little wooden heart, and I have actually it's quite a big wooden heart. Okay,
Oh,
and so I will often just hold on, if I'm cleaning or dust, I just hold it. And it's just down near my desk. So, I just and actually coming into it now, I love the strength. You see, wood energy gives you strength, it gives you hope, but not like, oh, yeah, hope. It's like, yeah, we're going to be okay. And it's the positivity that comes through, you
yes.
know. Um,
It's
and you
comforting, isn't it?
suddenly see possibilities. You think we can do something,
Yes.
however small, even if it's just to keep our energies high in this time,
Yeah. It's
Yes.
it's really interesting because I was talking to Michelle Cheney about the very potent March that we're just about to enter into, and how the alder tree is the tree of the full moon on the 14th of March. And alder is such a beautiful tree, which we completely ignore, but it likes growing in damp spaces. And according to legend, witches would whittle it to make a whistle to whistle up the north wind. Oh, I love
I
that.
love that. I love
And then
that.
it's so flexible that people used it a lot to build things like bridges.
Yes.
And I love the idea of bridges at the moment. I'm really into bridges. We need them.
We
We
do.
need
We need them in every single, bridges between us, bridges. We need it in all aspects of our life. And as you say, they have to be flexible. And that's what we have to be now, because if we get into rigidity,
yeah,
you suddenly get wood element in your household, in your community coming out. And if we can just remain that flexibility, well, let's just see,
yeah.
it's
I think it's really important to understand that when somebody's feeling fear, that they mask it with anger. They come out and
yes,
fight because it's fight, flight, freeze when it's that sort of feeling of self-protection. So it is about how to find that piece of wood to turn to first before you come
absolutely.
out punching. And actually just saying it, holding your piece of wood and just saying, yes, I'm frightened. And do you know what? So is everyone else.
Even though I'm frightened,
Yeah.
I remain
Yes.
flexible. I live with through
Yes.
love and light, and it's um what did they say the other day? Say, to your body, you are the voice of the goddess or the god. Okay, so when things get tough, hold your piece of wood or hug a tree, back against a tree or something, and just tune into that wonderful strength and resilience and bounce back of wood and say, even though we honor our fear, we honor our anxiety, our concern, for ourselves, our kids, our grandchildren, the world, everything, we honor that and say, even though I feel like that, I retain my kindness, my love, my flexibility.
Mm.
Every cell in my body is flexible and resilient. You know, and whatever words you choose to say, but I think if you always start, it is now safe. That is a sort of general statement, Sue, which just calms down the fear, you
Mm.
know, because that's the opposite of fear. Is well, if you feel safe, you don't feel fearful.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. And I think, underneath everything is this sort of, it's such a fearful place that stuff could really kick off. And March is a potent month because it's the month of there's the eclipse on the full moon, and then there's another eclipse on the new moon at the end of March, and we've got the spring equinox. So it's even, which brings in all of this very potent Mars full on energy. It's like I'm going out there. So all this very lovely but sort of quite wishy-washy Neptunian energy, which has been in Pisces, is going to be radically changing. It's a very, very different energy, and it's how do we cope with even more change coming that we feel out of control of? And as you say, turn to wood.
Yes, no, and wood, because wood actually, if you can keep the vibration of wood positive, it is one of the kindest of the elements. And it's the most misunderstood because people often think of wood element as, you know, a leader and a tough or get things done. But if, for example, you are in a relationship of any kind with a wood element, number one is they have to respect you. Okay. So I'll give you an example. Okay. I think I did this last time with something else is if you say to a wood, oh, well, I was just thinking and I was just wondering, and a wood is saying, Maddie, get to the point. What do you want? Okay. Because I've annoyed him then if he's my partner. But if I say, okay, so and so, I need that, I need that. Oh, okay, that's fine, Maddie. Okay. And he would respect my clarity of thinking. Okay. So first of all, in any relationship, whatever kind, you have to get their respect. Once you have that, they will be the most loyal and the kindest friend, spouse, whatever, boss, whatever you can imagine. But they have to, things have to be in balance. They're very, very kind, they're very loyal, and they're the ones that will truly have your back. So
Wow.
if you can keep all this, if you can keep this wood energy in a community, in yourself balanced, it's a very powerful one, but it's powerful in the right way, you know.
So, Maddie, how does somebody find out if they have a lot of wood as their elemental makeup?
Well, if what I've just said about people being wishy-washy annoy you, then you probably would. And also look to woods make leaders. So if you think quite naturally you lead if you're in a group. So yes, so managers, COOs, or even anyone, the leader of a pack of any kind is a wood, probably. Um, and they are attracted to being sort of agents and authors and things which make things happen. Yeah. So you can also go to your stress response. Is your stress response one of excessive frustration, irritability, and anger? I've got no patience with you. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm not even listening to you. That inflexibility, that is a wood that is out of balance, you know. The other thing that may give you a hint is your flexibility of body as well. So if you're prone to stiff joints and everything, if you think we want wood element in balance so it's all flexible, that can sometimes be an indication that wood is your weakness. I tell you a very personal thing here, Sue, right? We all have 5 elements, and I know when my wood element is out of balance. I'm quite good on wood element normally, but wood element is that gallbladder, is that outwardly directed anger. So if I don't swear or cuss normally, okay, but if I really drop a pencil or something and swear, but well, behind it, think, ooh, wow, wood element is going out of balance here, you know, and I just know that works for me. So you have, you know, little clues on what you do, how you respond under stress, which will indicate what element you are if you want. But as I say, we're all 5 elements, so it will also indicate sometimes when your wood element is out of balance. Get it back in.
That's absolutely brilliant. And which we've talked about how to get it back in again. Is there anything you'd just like to end on about the wood element and preparing for spring?
I think get out in nature if you can, even in an urban area, go to the park. And you may not want to publicly hug a tree, all right, but just lean against it or stand there with a hand on it or something. Close your eyes, breathe deep, feel the earth beneath your feet, and just say, it is now safe for me to call upon my balanced wood energy to get me through a wonderful spring. You know, keep that positivity, keep that vision going.
Hope. Maddie,
Hope with
that
nature.
has been absolutely brilliant. And we'll be seeing you again
Yes.
to talk about summer.
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 Fire.
Yeah.
Fun.
So we'll see each other then. And in the meantime,
Yes.
everyone, you know, have a great spring and work with your wood element and see what happens. So bye for now, all. Take care. Bye.
Bye.